am so upset right now. I just recorded my entire video and the whole thing is blurry. The entire video is blurry. So now I have to go upstairs and I have to re-record the entire video. I took my makeup off. I took my shirt off. So now I have makeup all over my shirt. So let me go change my shirt and start all over.
I got my energy back, yeah. I'm on that frequency, mentally, spiritually, elevating, yeah, to my core.
What's good, my frequency family? I'm Ella the Elevated. Welcome back to my channel. This is my platform where I am giving you guys the formula of how to stop being the editor and become the author of your life story. So what's good, my frequency family? How are you guys? How are you doing today? I'm recording this video on Saturday, but I upload on Thursday, so it'll be towards the end of the week by the time that you see this. But I hope you guys had a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much to everybody who jumped on board and went and subscribed to my other 4 videos that I uploaded last Thursday. Thank you so much for the likes, for the subscribes, for the comments. Everybody else, I don't know where y'all at. Catch up. But yes, thank you to everybody who subscribed, and even though I was texting you all throughout the night to say, hey, the channel has finally launched, please go support, but you guys did. You showed up. Thank you so much, and thank you for returning. And if you're new here, welcome to the Frequency family. We're happy to have you. The video that I just recorded that happened to all be blurry, I'm gonna try to re-record it real quick. And the thing is, like, I don't even remember everything that I said because I just kind of speak to you guys from the heart and off the top, but I'm going to try to recap really quickly. So like the title of the video says, I was talking about understanding the difference between drive and desperation. And I was using this as a little story time video to give you guys an example of how I went about that the totally wrong way when I was recently faced with a challenge. So what had happened was I was on my way out of town to go to Minneapolis with a friend about a month ago, and there was just some things that I was working on that I really needed to come together before this trip. I'm working on some really great things that I hoped or that I know are going to work out, and I'm going to be able to share with you all very soon. But I was working on some things, trying to get it all in order before I went on my trip, so that once I got to Minneapolis, I could enjoy myself and not have to worry about the things that were going on back home. So 2 days before the trip, I started praying, I started manifesting, I started meditating, really getting myself together. Like, okay, everything is going to work out. I'm going to get all the phone calls, everything will be signed, everything will be good before I go. It didn't happen on that day. So the next day, one day till vacation, okay, today's the day where I'm going to get that phone call, that text message, that email. Everything is going to come through with good news. Everything is in order. I can go on this trip and be good, not have to worry about what's going on back at home. It didn't happen. So I'm going through the airport, walking to head to Minneapolis, and I'm frustrated, and I started trying to make some last minute moves and calls in order to get things in order. And what I realized is that I was operating from a space of desperation instead of drive. And so I wanted to share this with you guys to make sure that you're not doing the same thing, making the same mistake that I made, which could in turn be hindering your blessings and hindering your manifestation game from coming into fruition because you're creating a resistance by feeling desperate. See, when you know without a shadow of a doubt that something's going to happen for you, you can operate in confidence. You may have drive, but drive is having good energy. Drive is having, knowledge of what to do, and okay, having confidence in yourself. I'm going to go get this done, and boom, it's going to be great, and you're happy about it. Desperation is when you're chasing something. You're chasing it because you're like, oh my gosh, this is my last chance. This is my last effort. I have to get this done now. If this doesn't come through, what am I going to do? That's where I was. at that moment in time. That's where I was. I wasn't coming from a place of confidence, like, oh yeah, everything gonna be good. I can go on this trip and everything is fine. No, I was desperate. I was feeling very desperate. And in feeling that way, I was stirring up those energy bodies inside of me that said lack, desperation, doubt, despair, you know. And that's what I sent out to the universe, and that's what it sent me on that whole trip. Doubt, desperation, despair, you know. So I say all that to say, be careful as you're on this manifestation journey. Make sure that as you go harder and harder, you're doing it out of a place of confidence. You're doing it out of a place of, let me just put in a couple more hours just because this is so great and I want to get ahead and I just want to be ahead of the game. And you're doing it from that space and not from a space of like, I have to do this because if not, something bad's going to happen or something isn't going to work out or something. Don't send out that signal of despair, because when you're working from a place of despair, you are creating doubt, you are creating a resistance with your energy and its inability to flow freely out into the universe, into, you know, the quantum field to bring you the blessings that you're asking for. There's this doubt that's blocking it. That doubt is like a dam that's preventing that water from flowing through freely. So you want to break the dam and you just want to allow that knowing, that power of knowing, that power of confidence, you know, having faith the size of a mustard seed. You want to have just a little bit of faith in knowing that everything is good. It may not happen in the time that you want it to, because God and the universe does not work on our timing. We know that God works in his own timing, and we always say he may not come when we want him to, but he always comes on time. So you just have to know that he's going to show up on time. Don't make decisions out of despair, because when you make decisions out of despair, you make rash decisions. Quite frankly, you make flawed decisions, because you're there's so much uncertainty that it's clouding your judgment, and you're unable to really, you know, make decisions from a space of clarity and consciousness. And I felt that it was important to share this with you guys, because as I talk to you about this manifestation journey, and as I talk to you about, you know, manifesting your dreams and bringing your desires into fruition and making it your reality, I want to be very clear not to mislead you in thinking that this is easy, or that everything is just going to fall into your lap because you prayed on it, or you manifested it, or you meditated on it. It doesn't happen that way. There's this thing called life that's still happening around us. There's a lot of different forces that are in play. There's a lot of different doors that have to open and connections that have to be made before it's finally revealed to you. So we have to enjoy the journey along the way, right? We have to enjoy that whatever path is laid out for us, we're going to walk that path. And we have the power in co-creating this reality. We have the power to shape how we feel as we go about this journey, how we face every different problem or every different bump in the road that we encounter along this way. That's the part that we get to control. We don't get to control the bump, but we can control how we cross that bump, right? And I was just trying to remove the bump, remove the road, remove everything, and just give me what I need right now. Like that's how I felt. And I realized that I stirred up so many energy fields in my body that just began to send out this strong vibration to the universe that I didn't believe, you know, because, you know, you think about how you feel when you're afraid, when you're worried, and when you have this feeling of lack and despair. Like, think about what that stirs up inside of your belly, you know, what that stirs up inside of your brain, what that starts to feel like. You can make yourself sick from worrying. You can make yourself sick from just every single day worrying about something, you know. You can send yourself into a depression even. So think about all of that it stirs out. That's what you're sending out into the universe. That's what you're telling the universe to return to you. But think about how you feel when you feel confident, when you feel like, oh, I know I got it, I'm good, or you know it's all going, you know, it's all going to work out and it's all going to fall into place. Think about that feeling that you feel, right? Totally different feeling. That's the feeling that you want to send out into the universe. And I admit, I was sending the wrong signal, and I got back exactly what I sent out. A whole bunch of despair, doubt, resistance. It was horrible. But as soon as I realized I was doing that, I turned my thought pattern around. I began to operate from a place of knowing that everything's going to work out just in time and just the way that it should, and it did. As you're manifesting your dreams, just know that when you work hard, make that hard work be your drive. You know, that's fueling you. That's your energy. Like, you feel good about it. Don't work so hard to a place where it becomes a chase. You don't have to chase your dreams. You don't have to chase your blessings. You want to open up so that you can receive them into your life, but you don't have to chase them. So if you find yourself chasing, then that's a moment where you need to stop and think, wait a minute, is this drive or is this desperation? And be very mindful of which one of those signals you're stirring up inside of yourself and which one you're sending out, because that's the one that's going to be ultimately returned to you. We know that, you know, desperation drives people to do crazy things. A lot of people in the world today that make bad moves of going out and doing illegal things, it's coming from a place of desperation. You know, when you're operating from a place of faith, you don't take those same measures. You don't follow that same path. You know, what do they say? That desperate times call for desperate measures. Like, you don't want to come from a place of desperation. Now, as I sit here, I think about my video, Your $1 Million Self, and how I said to think, work, and pray like your $1 Million Self. How to operate like your $1 Million Self. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. How to operate like your $1 Million Self. I hadn't recorded that video at the time of going through this experience, but as I sit here right now, I definitely see how that is applicable. So I'm ministering to myself with my own content. Like, now I can understand like how to operate as my $1 Million Self. My $1 Million Self is not worried about whether this is going to go through, whether this is going to happen. She's like, hey baby, everybody want to work with me. Everybody want to, you know, choose me, pick me, whatever. So she's not worried. If that doesn't go through, I have options. You know what I mean? If that doesn't go through, then that just means that wasn't for me. I have options. That's a problem with you. It's not a problem with me. So go back and watch Think, Work, and Pray Like Your $1 Million Self, because I wish I had thought of that then and been able to kind of tap into that principle, but I hadn't written that one at this time that all of this happened. So yeah, I just wanted to use this as a story time and just be really vulnerable with you guys, because I told you in the very first video that I was going to take you on this journey with me. There's a lot of big things that I'm trying to do in my life. I know that I'm going to hit some bumps in the road. I know there's some uncertainties. I don't know how it's going to work out, but we have to be agile. We have to be fluid. We have to be able to roll with the punches, baby. I may have everything set in my mind that it's going to go one way, and God says, nope, we're going the other way. I have to be able to pivot and say, okay, let's go. What do we do next? Lead me. If you brought me here, then you'll tell me what the next step is and how to get by. Like, what the next step is and what my next move should be. And I'm a control freak. I know that I always want to know what the next step is in advance, but sometimes it doesn't work like this. Sometimes you have to just sit back and trust and know that you're being taken care of. Know that you're being guided by your ancestors, by the universe, by God. Like, you are favored and you are being guided in this direction for a reason. And this didn't happen at this moment for a reason. And this did happen at this moment for a reason. So I want to start to like interpret all these things that are happening, which I'm going to do a video on synchronicities to talk about all the different signs that appear in our lives and how they just kind of go over our heads sometimes, and how to begin to like pay attention to them. And you may not know in that moment what it means, but write it down. I bought myself an Oracle journal and I write stuff down. And if it keeps appearing or it keeps happening or not happening, I'm kind of paying attention, like, okay, God, what are you trying to tell me? And then the next time I go into deep meditation, I can ask for God to like reveal to me, what are you trying to tell me? So doing that there, but I want you to know that this journey is not going to be easy. If you have taken it upon yourself to join this frequency family and to take your life and your destiny seriously, then I want you to know that it's not all Skittles and rainbows. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it is, because it isn't. There is still, you know, times where you feel a little anxious, and you have to be able to control that and wheel it back in and get back into your comfortable place of knowing that I am taken care of, I am covered, I am good. God only has great things for me. The universe wants me to win. It is orchestrating every single event to make sure that I win. And I need to do my part in staying focused and staying confident in myself and my abilities and my blessings and the things that I'm manifesting. Like, it's so easy to fall out of that. And that's why I really want you to know that this isn't like watch the video, support LA, and then go about my merry little way. No, this is like a constant journey. It is a constant journey of growth, learning, understanding, development, manifestation. Everything that I'm talking about here is life-changing. It really, really is. I can see it show up in my life where I can't respond the same way to certain things. I can't react the same way to things. I can't interpret things the same way. I have to begin to operate on this higher vibration, on this higher level. And I'm trying to get to that point where that third eye is open, you know, where I'm really, really operating as my higher self. That's the ultimate goal. So I just wanted to share with you guys that, yeah, it's gonna be some, there's gonna be some tough days. There's going to be some, there's still scary days. And it doesn't mean that you're not blessed and that you're not going to come out like a shining armor on the other end. But it does mean that you have to believe and you have to be steadfast and you have to stay in the race. And don't let it deter you and think that, oh, this is a sign that I should quit. This is a sign that it's not for me or that it's not going to happen. No, things happen. Life is lifing all the time around us. But we have to, again, co-create the next step in our reality. Like, as long as you're telling the universe what it is you want, it's okay with giving it to you, good or bad, right, wrong, and different. It will give it to you. But when we get off of our track, it throws you off in a way where you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt this practice. You start to doubt God even sometimes. Like, God, why are you doing this to me? It's like, no, baby, life is life. Like, all in due timing. All in due time will it come together for you. So just trust and know and believe that, and know that this journey is going to be a roller coaster. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be disappointments even still. Like, it's not just going to go great for you. And I feel like a part of me going through that in that moment so early on in this journey was to say, hey, share this with your frequency family, LA, and don't feed them a lie that everything is going to be great if they do this. Let them know that life is still going to happen and that it's okay. It's truly okay, but don't give up on yourself and don't start to doubt yourself. Continue to go forth with, what God has put inside your heart that you should do and that the things that you should follow. Just continue on that path. And baby, let desperation go. We're not desperate. Like, even when I was thinking of writing this quick video, I'm just like, I use the word desperate intentionally because I don't like the way that sounds. I don't want to be desperate for anything. I'm not desperate for love. I'm not desperate for money. I'm not desperate for attention. I'm not desperate. And when we are not clear on our certainty of being favored and guided and kept, we can begin to operate out of desperation. That's just really what it was, So don't do that. Let's move forward with faith. Let's move forward with faith and know that you are covered, my love. You are so covered. The universe wants you to win. It wants you to succeed. It is not trying to set you up for failure. So if it slows you down a little bit, just pause and trust in its timing, because its timing is magnificent. It is not flawed. It is going to all come to you exactly when you need it. So yeah, I'm really upset that I had to redo this video because I feel like I said a lot more the first time, but because I don't write everything down. I do keep some notes, but I don't write everything down. I just speak from the heart. So I forgot half of the stuff that I said because I was going and it was just like flowing, and now I'm just like irritated that I took all of my makeup off. I ruined my shirt. That's why I have on a different shirt, same pattern, but the other one was sleeveless, and I took my shirt off while I still had my makeup on, and it got makeup all over the shirt. So then I put on a different shirt, and it's like now I'm off my schedule. I'm supposed to be meditating right now. So yeah, how was y'all's day? We're still here though. We're still getting this video up on Thursday like we're supposed to, honey. No makeup and all. Half script and all. It's the consistency that matters. It doesn't matter that the message won't be as, you know, rock solid as I wanted it to be. The point is I'm still going to put my video up on Thursday. I'm still getting this content done and sticking to my schedule. So for that, I applaud myself. Thank you. But I hope you guys found this little information helpful with me sharing this experience with you and preparing you if you haven't gone through it, just to let you know you probably will at some point in your life and on your journey. But stay steadfast. Don't get deterred. Don't give up. Don't be desperate. Like, you got this. I promise you, you got this. So we are going to make sure that we are, baby, being driven and not desperate, because that does it for me. So do it for you.